Hi everyone, how are you all doing today? I want to go over the mouse lab since I went ahead and graded it and it's all in Aries if you want to go ahead and check it out, as well as answer some questions that y'all had on the Google Forms. So I'll have timestamps, so if you want to jump around, you can go do so in the description. Click on whatever you want to watch first. Going over the mouse lab, there were two environments, and I saw that a couple of you did the lab and like cut it out and all of that, which is really cool to see because I love all these labs because they're more like hands-on things like that. So I hope that you can do it at home if you so choose for the future ones. There were two environments, the white sandy desert and the dark desert floor. So the hypothesis, even though I didn't say it, I wanted you to say, I think that the white mice would survive better in the white sandy desert because they'd be more camouflaged. And the dark fur colored mouse would survive better in the dark forest floor because they'd be more camouflaged. If you just said the white sandy desert's better, how do you know it's better? And for what mouse would it be better? So if you just wrote white sandy desert or dark forest floor, I kind of wrote in the Google Doc form for what mice, because that part is important. So then looking at the analysis questions, when we're saying if this went on for 10 generations afterwards, what would happen to all the mice? Well, if you saw as we went on, the white sandy desert at the end didn't have any brown mice. And then the brown forest floor didn't have any white mice. So going 10 generations, we only went and did 3. The white sandy desert would only have the white mice, and the brown forest floor would only have the brown mice. Number 2 was kind of tricky because a lot of people said that the mice would die more if you decrease the contrasting cards. But if you look at the instructions in the procedure, it said that the contrasting cards killed the mice because they contrasted with the environment. So they would die more. So if you decreased the contrasting cards, then they wouldn't contrast, which means that they would survive more. So if you decrease those cards, actually more mice would survive. Number 3, most people got, it said, how does this kind of relate to real life? Well, if you stick out, then a predator would eat you. So the fact that you contrasted, you're more likely to be seen, less camouflaged, and by process of natural selection, unfortunately, you would just be eaten. Then for number 4, there was a lot of answers that you could have said how this lab was not very realistic. Obviously, we're just looking at fur color. We're not looking at like how fast the mice are or what other things are in that environment. Maybe they have a really nice hidey hole and they just live in their little hut and they're never really outside, or they're only outside in the dark, and then that way maybe they'd be more camouflaged more. And then there was only one P card sorry, one predator card for 25 mice. And then there was only one D card for the 25 mice. So the cards that could kill the mice, there weren't that many of them. If there were more P and more D cards, then maybe it would be more realistic or things like that. But the fact that there was only a certain amount of the cards that would kill the mice kind of simplified it way more. So now I have some stats for you. I'm putting everything into Aries and kind of going through all the grades and things like that. And people have been turning in late work. You are more than welcome to turn in anything after that March 13th date. So anything that we have done online. If you haven't done weeks 1 or weeks 2 or this mice lab week 3 assignments, go ahead and do it. You'll get a 5 out of 10 instead of up to a 10 out of 10, obviously, but you can still turn in late work. Here's some stats for you. So in week 1, out of the 140 of you, only 15 did not do that first assignment. Out of 140, only 15 didn't. I think that's pretty darn good. For week 2, 18 did not do the assignment. So more people aren't, doing the assignments. And then week 3, which was this mice lab, 35 did not do the assignment. So you can do the math divided by the 6 classes. Still pretty good, but it is going in the wrong direction. So if you are kind of on the fence of, oh, do I do the homework? Do I not? A lot of people are doing the homework. So if you think that a lot of people are just kind of slacking off and not doing schoolwork, I'm super, super proud of you. And based on all the other teachers that I've talked to, they're getting a lot fewer responses. So the fact that you are showing up, going, to class and filling out the forms and doing all the labs and all of that. I'm really, really proud to say that you're my students, and based on that, a lot of you are turning in the homework. Check on Aries if you want to see what grade you have. On the grading, just keep on plugging away. Some people are asking, oh, what's my grade? How is it improving? And people's grades are definitely jumping from D's to D pluses. They're jumping from C's to B minuses, and it just keeps, you know, steadily going. It's a slow climb, but you'll get up there if you kind of have, you know, not a passing grade, or you have a passing grade and you want it to get higher. For sure, it'll be higher. Now here's the exciting part. We only have 2 more assignments. 2 more assignments and then finals, which is crazy because I feel like the days are long, but the end of the school year is coming up. We're in May, so it is creeping up on us. It'll hit us whether we're ready or not. So we got 2 assignments and then finals. I'm gonna go ahead and link a video down below based on how I have explained how finals week is going to go for me, but I am gonna have a test. It will be online, and I'll have kind of a more in-depth explanation of what that looks like. Go ahead, look in the description to basically get all those questions answered. That's basically all that I have for week 4. As for me, I'm still reading the Laws of the Ring. I'm about 3/4 of the way done. And then as for watching things, I've been rewatching The Hills. Like, I watched that in high school. Love me some good trash reality TV, MTV, The Hills. I'm like on season 3 or 4, and it's kind of crazy because I watched it in high school and I'm, you know, just on the other side, and it's been really, really good. So that's kind of what I have been up to. Let me know what you guys have been up to. I am always curious to see what books you're reading, what TV shows you're watching, things like that. Continue checking in, doing all the things that you're doing, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.